We got you in today to talk about the issues with equipment with the fire department, and you've had to actually close a fire station twice, I believe. There have been 2 closings because of equipment failures. Tell us what's going on, how serious the problem has gotten.
As you know, I don't think anybody does not know, we've been trying to get some new apparatus for years now. We sought bond proposals. 2019 bond proposal would have provided about 20 new engines for us, but as you know, that bond proposal failed, and that was our voters' decision. So we have to live by that. So we had to start seeking other ways to try to address that. Our engines have just gotten to the point where they're past their service life. Right now, we have 4 engines that actually meet the national standard in our frontline fleet of engines. That includes our reserves also, which back up the 21 that are assigned to each station when they go down for maintenance or periodic maintenance or need repairs. So our fleet has just aged to the point where it's causing some resource problems as it relates to staffing our fire stations. We found ourselves the other day without any reserves to put in Station 2. And, we had to shuffle some trucks around to better back up and try to provide the best coverage we can for the city as it relates to response. Station 2 is not the first station that's had to be shut down. We had, as I stated in the Audit and Finance Committee the other day, Station 12 was shut down for 5 days because we just did not have a reserve to put there.
Are those stations back open now?
Yes, all 21 fire stations are open presently right now. We were able to get a couple of reserves back up in service, and as of yesterday, all 21 fire stations were back up and running. Station 2 was the only station that was down a portion of the time yesterday.
Chief, the elephant in the room is that it's tough for you to run a department relying on bond issues to fund equipment. You want this handled differently. Can you explain? Yes, ma'am.
Not only myself, but the fire chiefs before me always sought to try to have sustained funding for an apparatus replacement program, where you're not having to buy multiple packages of truck at one time with a bond, a general obligation bond. And historically, that's what's happened. That's not a bad thing. I mean, it gave us the resources we needed at that time, but now we find ourselves, all those trucks are meeting their service life, into the service life now, all at one time, which puts us in the situation that we're in right now. What we like and what we proposed is a 10-year plan, and it would you're buying 2 or 3 trucks a year, a ladder truck every other year, a couple of medic units every year, and you're rotating them into your fleet, and that allows you to have good reserves that meet the standard, which says a truck that's 15 years old should go to reserve, and a truck that is 25 or over should actually be retired out of service. That would allow us, an apparatus replacement program would allow us to catch up on that, and it would put us in a good place as it relates to always having good, reliable apparatus. And let me say this: I really have to give a shout out to our crews that work on the truck. They do their absolute best maintaining those trucks and cleaning them every day, because they know they don't belong to us; they belong to our citizens, and we try to take care of them the best that we possibly can. And our maintenance crew at our shop, they do just an outstanding job keeping our trucks up. So I really got to praise them, all of our men and women that drive those trucks every day and maintain them, and our maintenance shop mechanics that keep them up and running.
Mr. Scott, 2 quick questions before we let you go, and thank you in advance. Number one is, bluntly speaking, this is kind of like a domino effect. We are still kind of hanging by a thread equipment-wise here, aren't we?
Yes, but let me say this: we're about to get some relief. We did have about $3.2 million of equipment money that went in our budget for 2021. We have purchased 3 engines. We should be taking delivery approximately about the first week of July. That's going to help. That will give us 7 engines that would meet the standard frontline. So that's a third of our fleet of the 21 that are frontline. So that's a great move in the right direction, and very thankful for that. Thankful for our citizens providing that funding, our city council for appropriating it. So we're doing everything we can. So we do have a little relief coming, but you still got 2/3 of your fleet that's still going to be in the situation that we're in. But we will be moving in the right direction, and I'm very thankful for that.
We are sitting on, or about to be sitting on, about $40 to $50 million in federal COVID relief money, but it's not earmarked for anything. Have there been any discussions between you and the mayor about, you say, hey, I got a couple of ideas for what we can spend that on? Has that come up at all?
Oh, yes, sir. Those discussions are happening now. We're fielding some of those things from our the mayor's listening sessions, our town hall meetings. And yes, we've had those conversations, and I think once things are said and done, and it's time to for us to appropriate some of those funds, some of it will be appropriated to meeting the critical needs of the fire department.
Any idea how much? 5, 10, 15 million? Seems fair to me.
I like the way you think, Robert.
Well,
I don't know. I wouldn't have a number right now because the city has a lot of needs. And I know $48 million, that's a lot of money, but there's a lot of needs also in the city, not only for the fire and police, but also for our other city departments, trying to provide their services that they provide to the city. So I'm sure, all of that will be taken into account, prioritized, and try to determine what's the best way to apply those funds. And I feel very confident that at some point in the future, some of those funds are going to be provided to the fire department to fix some of these critical needs for us.